Yeah, I think it could have an interesting impact on the game, especially when they're trying to clean up the game and make it more offensive and not as physical. And then put in the 10-second, I think you're probably going to see an increase of teams pressing. So I'm not sure that that's going to accomplish that goal, but I do think it's something that you're going to have to work on, because even experienced point guards that aren't used to being pressed a lot are now going to be in that situation, and how are they going to handle it? And I think you could see not just the 10-second calls, but also the turnovers that could come from it.
Yeah, I think it's going to change for us a lot, just with our turnovers, to be honest with you. Just being able to take care of the ball, and obviously now teams are probably going to change their strategies and maybe press a little bit more than maybe they would have. So for us, yeah, it's going to be tough. I think this year, I think we have the right team with the ball handlers and be able to take care of the ball. But a few years from now, we have to just make sure now. I think you have to change maybe the way you recruit almost, and make sure you bring in enough ball handlers and then you're deep enough that you're able to consistently be able to take care of the ball and get it over.
Depending on what teams do, I would see the coaches in our league maybe changing up their styles a little bit as far as doing more full court and taking advantage of it. So it'll be interesting in our league to see.
I think that it's designed to increase tempo and increase possessions, and teams are probably going to be more apt to press, like you said. And not having a long history or a history at all in the tendencies, I'm not sure exactly how it'll affect our particular conference, but it probably goes hand in hand with the report we were talking about earlier in one of their goals to increase tempo.
I don't see it as a rule change that's going to affect the game dramatically. I think the teams that are good at pressing, probably will continue to press, but that's because they're trying to turn you over and get out in transition.
Right.
And the teams that I don't see the teams that were more of a half-court defensive team are all of a sudden going to be pressing to try to get to a 10-second count.
I wasn't for the rule, not just because of how we play, but our game is sloppy at times, and teams do struggle to get shots up, and then you're speeding it up a little bit, but then you're in the half court, and if they're pressing, are you going to turn it over more and throw it out of bounds more? Is it going to lead to more baskets? I don't know.
Yeah.
A team's going to press that shouldn't press.
I honestly don't think it's going to impact the game, other than maybe the last couple possessions, when you can decide to try and press somebody to get a 10-second call versus always having to foul right away, because there was, they could keep it in the backcourt. I think teams that press are going to continue to press, and maybe you force a couple 10-second calls, but I don't know that there's that many times where it takes you that much longer to get it over half court. So I think it's going to impact it on a lower level than people think, and I think it helps you in terms of your coaching strategy at the end of the game, maybe in some cases.
We want to speed teams up, and so now it's going to fall right into what we like to do. But I agree, it might cause more turnovers because everybody's not used to it. Now, if somebody that presses us, I have no idea how we're going to be able to respond to that, because we don't get pressed a whole lot. So it's just going to depend.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in our league, because there's not a lot of pressing teams.
Yeah.
Really
I don't know that it'll
Yep.
force a lot of coaches to decide to now press.
Right.
I think you either have it in your mindset that you
Yeah.
have the personnel or you
Yeah.
don't. But I also feel like it's any other rule change, you just you adjust. If you're a good coach, you're going to figure it out and you're going to adjust. So maybe it impacts the game a little bit this year, but next year we're going to be talking about something totally different and forget that it's a rule.
Yeah.